a partially valid, a half-truth, if you will, is being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
You're not
What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
that just we are the only society on earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human beings who are responsible for every bad.
How many Muslims are trying to stop Boko Haram? How many Muslims were confronting ISIS? How many Muslims, the extremists always win. So the peaceful majority, which I know many, they're irrelevant.
Good morning, Misfits. We didn't have the echo, but I couldn't hear the intro. So I still got to figure that out, but I'm going to have to play with that. And anyway, whatever. Good morning, everybody. What's up? Good morning, Misfits, Kit Kat, Fun Mom. Let's see, we got W. Wilson, Scar Go Jake, Donna Marie. All right. How are we doing this morning? All right. So, yeah, it's TDS Tuesday. And we're going to get to our feature. Look, sometimes TDS Tuesday is going to be about a very well-known and prominent person. Sometimes I'm just going to pick somebody. Sometimes it's not even going to be about a specific person. But this week, it's going to be about somebody that I had on my show not that long ago from Canada. And they're a little TDS-y, little bit Trump derangement syndrome-y. Let me show you guys. This is Mark Slapinski. We're gonna do this at the end, but I'm just previewing the show. Let's see. Canadian journalists providing news and analysis on the Canada-America trade war, geopolitics, and the rising cost of living. So stick around for that. And the way we're gonna do that is I'm just literally gonna go like do this, right? Like that's all that we need to do. And if you're like a speed reader, you might have caught something. But I want to start off with this, right? We're gonna get to the news. We're gonna get to the daily breakdown. But here's a question for the chat. Do you see anything wrong with this statement? Okay. On the screen here is a tweet from Charlie Kirk in 2025. In June of 2025, Islam is not compatible with Western civilization. Does anybody have an issue with what is being said here from Charlie? Anyone think that this is a fringe, wild, radical thing to say? No? Let's see. Let's get the chat. Let's get the chat box up. Nope. Not one bit. Right? Nobody. I don't think anybody thinks that there's anything wrong with this statement. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something that people are getting very upset about. Rep. Andy Ogles yesterday. Muslims do not belong or don't belong in American society. Pluralism is a lie. Does anybody see a problem with this statement? Because he's saying the same thing. There are people that are losing their mind over what Andy Ogles said because of how he said it. Look, Islam is not compatible with Western civilization. It is not compatible with Western civilization. We all just agree that there is nothing wrong with this statement. Muslims don't belong in American society. Pluralism is a lie. Okay? So what's the difference in these two statements, right? One of them saying Muslims and one of them saying Islam. Who practices Islam? Muslims. I do not hate Muslims. I have said many times in the intro that you see every day, the reason why I put that Tommy Robinson interview is to continuously remind you that the peaceful majority is irrelevant. Not because we hate them, but here's a little tweet. I keep reading, it's not all Muslims. Here are the Pew Trust figures. 1.4 billion Muslims. 86% of them believe that the wife must always obey her husband. So if he wants sex, he gets it, or he beats her with he beats her with the approval of the Quran, of Islam. 1.1 billion Muslims want Sharia law with all of its evils. I don't know if that's accurate. They want they want Sharia, a portion of Sharia law, but still evil, right? With all of its evils and its unending hatred of women. 750 million Muslims want the death penalty for adultery, but a husband can have 4 wives. 500 million Muslims think that if someone leaves their violent terrorist cult, they should be killed. Actually, the Quran says they should either be killed or crucified or have a hand or foot cut off on opposite sides of their body. Seriously, 500 million Muslims think that that's a righteous plan. They hate bacon, beer, women, music, dogs, cheese, Jews, infidels, our ideas, our ideals, our freedoms, and they whine about Islamophobia. That's not a phobia. That's a reasonable, sane, historically justified fear of violent, bloodthirsty 7th century barbarians. Wake up, folks. Islam is 100% incompatible with the West. It's not a religion. It's a terrorist cult. We likely can't get rid of Muslims. We have foolishly let in, but we damn sure shouldn't let even one more in. They want to establish a worldwide caliphate, and far too many of them are more than happy to kill us to achieve this. There's also a graphic here for visual learners, right? Yes, the peaceful majority are not red, right? They're not even orange. They're mostly, I would say, want a form of Sharia law, like, for instance, the Sharia courts we're seeing in the UK, right? The Quran states that their Sharia law has to supersede national law. Their loyalty to the Muslim Brotherhood supersedes loyalty to a nation or a country. That's incompatibility with Western civilization. Because what Western civilization, folks, I don't know if you remember me telling you this last week, right? Here's Western civilization. Here's Western values. I'm going to define it for you. Okay? It is Greco-Roman antiquity mixed with Judeo-Christian ethics, period. What is that? Judeo-Christian ethics. All men are created equal under one God. That's Western civilization. That means we're a Christian nation. Judeo-Christian just means Old Testament, New Testament. We have shared beliefs with Jews, but it really just means the combination of the Old and New Testament. So we have Judeo-Christian ethics, and we have a Greco-Roman antiquity functioning system of governance. What does that mean? Well, it's pulled from early Greek democracy mixed with Roman Republican rule of law. That's the constitutional republic we live under. We are a democratic system, not a democracy, right? We have the Electoral College. We have the majority rule votes only in the smallest portion of our elections, right? 51% of district, or 51%, no, yeah, actually, I'm sorry, 51% of district. We have a popular vote, but it's symbolic. All right, nobody cares. Hillary Clinton's not your president. So that's our American system. Under a Muslim system, we cannot be America. Does that mean Muslims can't live here? No. No, it means that if Muslims live here, they need to acknowledge that. And a lot of them can't. Because wherever they go, they implement their rules, their laws, their, quote, religion. How do we fix this? I've told you. We got to get Islam decategorized as a religion. It's not a religion. It's a political ideology. It is no different than Marxism, communism, Leninism, or any other ism. It's not a religion, right? It can't be. Because of its political prescriptions. So, again, if you do not see a problem with this statement, Islam is not compatible with Western civilization, you should not have a problem with this one. Muslims don't belong in American society. Doesn't mean they don't belong, or they doesn't mean they don't have a place in America as far as visitors, as far as people that may want to live and work here while respecting our religion in a limited, and I mean limited, capacity. But no, there is no difference between these two statements. One of them isn't wrong. The other one isn't wrong. They're both perfectly fucking, sorry, I forgot. They're both perfectly fine.
I don't know why you got to do it in front of the kid with the effing. All you got to do is say earmuffs to him. Earmuffs.
Sorry, guys. You know, I try. I told you you'd hear one eventually. I told you yesterday. We have the evil button now. The evil button is working. See? If you're listening on audio, you didn't know that I just swore, right? I'm gonna try to start it with the first letter. See? Let's try to do the first letter and the last letter. I'm trying. Gray Wolf in the chat. I don't know why you're apologizing. I'm kind of not really. It's kind of just a joke. It's an inside joke with the LFA audience. You know, we come straight from Rise Up, guys, and I understand that there is an audience here who does not like harsh language, right? And I'm trying to respect them not because I have to, not because Jeremy told me to. I told Jeremy when he brought me on, I will not censor myself unless I decide. He agreed. I am of the belief system that you can swear and still be a Christian. I believe that, right? I believe that the respect that you show for other people is a choice, and that's all I'm doing. Now, I wanted to get that out of the way immediately because it's an important topic that we should probably cover as much as possible. I don't know why that's on the screen. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's the one. Ooh, there it is. But I like the F-bombs, but respectfully. We will give you a respectful F-bomb at the end of the show. All right. And if we do the F-bombs, I actually prefer this. The chat yesterday was a very big fan of the evil button. I'm a fan of earmuffs, right? I'm a fan of just going, hey guys, it's about to happen.
Axe, can you earmuff it for me?
Fuck. Like, see? See, there's no real censorship here. It's just a fun game we're playing with the naughty. Maybe we should call it the naughty button, because evil does sound a little harsh. We're going to call it the naughty button. I'm changing it. Executive decision. Naughty button, right? We're doing naughty button. This is the naughty button. And then, you know, it just sounded like the show cut out because I just swore like 16 times. Do not swear falsely. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're all right. Naughty button. It's official. Let's get to the Daily Breakdown. That is the name of the show, and there is a reason for it. What I do is every morning we type in the word we. I don't know. You guys didn't type anything. I typed in the word news into a search bar. I usually do the Brave browser, but I typed in the Brave browser and it was giving me stories from like 2 or 3 days ago for some reason. So we went over to DuckDuckGo today. A little change up. And here is the news of the day, the news du jour. All right. First story. Donald Trump says Iran war will end very soon. Join FT, edit for only $49 a year. No. So we're not reading this because they want me to pay them for it. All right, well, nice headline anyway. BBC. All right. The big, beautiful character stuff. All right. I haven't heard of this one, so that's good. Let's talk about this. It's whatever pops up, guys. We don't choose. We don't cherry pick sensationalist content on this show so we can get you enraged. I'm pretty sure I can enrage you with what's really going on in the world. All right. High profile. Why is my phone? I got by the way, guys, the heartbeatbrand.com. Love these hats, but I am not a straight brim hat person. So we got the freedom, the fit check today. If you guys are listening on audio, we got the Patriot Tactical hoodie. And we got the Heartbeat brand hat. And I don't know about you, but I think this is a good combination. Go to heartbeatbrand.com and patriottactical.com. Both of them are great companies. If you want the affiliate link, the discount code for Heartbeat brand, it is Misfit25. And if you want Patriot Tactical, it's Misfit10. 25 and 10% off. All right, next up. High-profile U.S. real estate brothers convicted in sex trafficking case. Ooh, I wonder if they were connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let's find out. All right, 2 famous brothers who worked as real estate brokers. Hold on a sec. Just had to do something real quick. Have been convicted of drugging and raping dozens of women over the course of decades. These guys are probably going to get real hurt in jail. All right. Ty Alexander and Orrin Alexander rose to prominence from their sale of luxury real estate properties in New York and Miami, along with the third brother, Alon. A jury found all 3 guilty of sex trafficking by jury. Prosecutors have accused the brother of using their wealth to lure women to parties and luxury homes, taking advantage of them, but their attorneys argued the women were willing participants. Attorneys are gross. All right. They were found guilty on all 10 criminal counts, including sex trafficking and sexual exploitations of a minor. Oh. Look, I understand that lawyers have to take the case and do their job, but also gross. You can just be like, no, dude, you did it. No, we'll plea out. I'll give you a plea. I'm not defending you. All right. In closing arguments, Andrew Jones, the attorney, said they committed the crimes without remorse, perverse sense of pride. They were not drugging them. They're not. Lawyers for the brothers argued they were womanizers, but not rapists. They're not drugging them. They're not raping them, but they're certainly pursuing them. All right. Angifilo. I'm Italian. How am I messing this up? My last name is Bonfilio. I think that's why it's messing me up, because not only am I dyslexic, but if you're Bonfilio, Bonfilio, if you're looking on the screen, this is Agnifilo, and it's a lot of similar letters that are in my name, but that's not my name at all. Thank God. Agnifilo. Found it. Damn, that took a while. Agnifilo, a lawyer for Aaron Alexander, had previously represented rapper Sean Diddy Combs. Oh, so this is just his thing. It's like, that's a choice. That's a choice. Imagine being a lawyer like, you know what I want my specialty to be? Defending rapists. Wow. Wow. Okie dokie. Oh, wow. It's getting spicy in the chat over there. All right. During the trial, new allegation popped up. Okay, you know what, guys? I think you get the idea. 3 brothers who doesn't look like they were connected to Epstein. It's not part of the Epstein files. This also, by the way, guys, I've been saying for a while now. Look, I get a lot of heat for saying this, but if you really cared about sex trafficking, if you really cared about victims, you wouldn't waste a ton of resources going down a wild goose chase that has been scrubbed like a crime scene in Dexter for the past 20 years. And you would, however, focus on new cases of sex trafficking, like the ones that happen when you open the border, the ones that like this case. I think you should 100% try to find out what happened with the Jeffrey Epstein files. I just don't think that you should put the country on pause for it, if that makes sense, right? Put a limited amount of resources on it, let the lawyers go dig through it. But if it's 24-hour news cycle about this thing, it's been 20 years, right? And that's why, I get a lot of crap because there's a lot of people that just fall into a clickbait sensationalist brain rot NPC activity because they saw it online and they think it's the entire world revolves around the Jeffrey Epstein files. It's really not that. There's the Save America Act, there's the border, there's foreign policy, there's wars and shit. It's like, guys, what the, what the you know? Anyway, but ADD. We just did it again. We did ADD. All right. War with Iran. This is AP News. Delivers another shock to the global economy. Did it though? Because you know what? We're gonna ADD after this story too. Let's find out what this says. I wonder what it's gonna be because there's a picture of the gas pump. I wonder if this is gonna be one of those, oh my God, Trump is crashing the economy stories. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Washington, AP. The war with Iran is doing collateral damage to the world economy. A lot of the victims took settlements. They will not talk now. Exactly. Carl Benji in the chat nailed it. He's talking about what I was just referring to with the Epstein files. The reason why a lot of these, quote, victims aren't, there's no evidence is because they all signed NDAs, took settlements. Some of them were actually co-conspirators, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we've moved on from that. But I wanted to cover that comment because he threw $1. He threw $1 in. So, yeah. All right. Back to this story. It's like squirrel. It depends on the day. Sometimes I'm locked in. Sometimes it's not easy. I can imagine the people that are listening on audio, like he started saying something and then he just went and started saying something else. So you have to actually watch this show because there's stuff on the screen that you can read while I'm off in some type of mental condition. Okay. I'm start over. The AP, the war with Iran delivers another shock to the global economy. All right, here's the story. The conflict is driving up energy and fertilizer prices, threatening food shortages in poor countries, just destabilizing fragile states such as Pakistan, maybe because Iran is firing rockets at them, and complicating options for the inflation fighters at central banks like the Federal Reserve. Oh no, not the banks. Causing much of the pain, the Strait of Hormuz, which is a fifth of the world's oil passes, was effectively shut down after the U.S. and Israel launched missile strikes February 28th that killed Iranian leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So don't fight terrorism because it'll have an impact. Wow, that sounds like a solid plan. Don't prosecute rapists because it costs money for public defenders. Is that the next thing we're gonna do? It's like, oh no, there's going to be negative impacts if you try to fight evil. Okay, don't do it then. Oh no, we're not. Hey, how about you shut up, AP? You know what? We're gonna go find real quick. Shouldn't take long because I know exactly what it looks like. We're gonna go find this graph and let's find out if this whole, the sky is falling, is actually really happening. Yesterday, breaking, the S&P 500 erases all losses and rises 0.7% on the day President Trump says the war with Iran is very complete. Look at that graph. Not done yet. Not done yet. Exactly. Somebody in the chat, under Biden, gas got almost to $9 in California. There's another one. Hang on, because you're going to like this one. Oh, look at that. Breaking. U.S. oil prices extended their reversal, now dropping below $100 a barrel and up just 9% on the day, where you're witnessing one of the biggest daily crude oil reversals in history. Not done yet. Let's go to our favorite host on here, other than me, who's up next, by the way, Sean Farish. He posted something yesterday. Here we go. Panikins this morning. Trump is spiking the cost of oil. Oil falls 30% into a reasonable range. Panikins. Trump is crashing the oil market. Oil prices collapsed below $84 a barrel, now down over negative 30% since last night's highs. It's almost as if the Strait of Hormuz had nothing to do with it, and it was just market fear and uncertainty, which actually overcorrected once the people that were in the market realized that they were freaking out over nothing. It's almost as if that's what happened. If you guys can't see the fuck screen right now, the war in Iran has actually lowered oil somehow. Lowered the cost of oil to less than what it was. Pew! It's amazing. Because now people are seeing that, yeah, we're going to win, dude. I mean, we kind of won the first day. We won the war. Somebody in my comments, like a day and a half after we killed Khamenei, was like, do you think we're going to win this war? I go, we kind of already did, dude. It's like when you take out like the top 40, like literally the top 40, like imagine taking the top 40 off of like a music chart, what you'd be left with. He took out the top 40 IRGC leaders in a day. And people were like, what do you think's gonna happen? I think we just won, dude. We kind of just went in and went, all right, well, this is like shooting a deer, knowing that you hit both lungs, right? Like if there's no hunter, I'm a hunter. If there's hunters in the chat, then you know exactly what that analogy is, right? If you shoot a deer and you know you hit both lungs, right? Because it's a very distinct type of blood trail, right? And somebody goes, you think it's gonna die? You think it's gonna die? Like, yeah, it's 100% of the time. You just have to follow sometimes they run for a long time, right? Sometimes I have been shocked at some of the deer that when I go hunting, I'm like, how the hell they get like a half a mile away sometimes. But trust me, it's a double lung shot. Yeah, it's game over. All right. What do you think's gonna happen? I think there's gonna be a new leader in Iran, and they're gonna be singing a very similar tune to the new leadership in Venezuela. I think that's what I think is going to happen. All right. Yes, those black pillars narrative crash. The oil market crashed. The oil market didn't crash. The oil market went down. The black pillars narrative crashed. That's what actually crashed. Thank you for the assist in the chat. I'm going to spend a few minutes on this story because this one is... Look, one of the things that we do on this show is we make sure that we really try to focus on fake news and what it is, how to recognize it, how to debunk it, and then actually give you the real story. Forbes. Trump blames Iran for deadly school attack despite growing evidence of U.S. strike. What's the growing evidence? People on social media are just saying things. That's the growing evidence. The growing evidence is the IRGC and black pillars and doomers and propagandists on social media are just saying it was the U.S. We talked about this yesterday. I've already said if it was the United States that blew up that school, I'm still okay with it because of the proximity. And I'm going to show you what I mean. We have a video that we're going to play in a minute where I'm going to show you exactly what I meant yesterday when I said the reason why it would still be unfortunate yet understandable is the proximity of the school to the target, right? But I don't think that the U.S. did this, and I'm going to show you why. However, even if they did, it's completely understandable. So, video footage published by Bellingcat and verified by the New York Times appears to show a U.S. Tomahawk missile striking an Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps compound adjacent to a school, adding to growing evidence the U.S. military was behind the strike that ended up killing estimated 175 people, mostly children, at a girls' school. Okay. Here's what Forbes is going to tell you. Then we'll go over reality. Okay. Strike took place in Manab, a town in southern Iran. Strategically important to the Strait of Hormuz. First days, blah, blah, blah. Satellite photos. In the footage, smoke is already rising. Footage of the strike. All right, here we go. The video appears to show a Tomahawk cruise missile striking a school. A type of missile not known to be used by Israel or Iran. Okay? All right. U.S. military investigators who spoke to Reuters last week said the investigation has not reached a final conclusion. What else we know about the missile? On Monday night, the New York Times reported that the Iranian state broadcaster shared images of the missile fragments that they were purportedly recovered from the site. So we're going to basically trust Iranian state media. Okay, like that's a stretch. That's like trusting Hamas when they say, we didn't rape anybody. All right, let's keep reading. Images were shared on the Telegram channel with the caption describing it as the remains of an American missile that landed on the children of Manab School. So let's just say they shared images of an actual Tomahawk, right? Like, and you could prove that that was an actual Tomahawk. I haven't seen the images. I'm giving you a potential theory that could explain if they had images of a Tomahawk, they could have got it from a different Tomahawk site. It's possible. I don't know. But irregardless, we're going to get to the actual evidence. According to the Times, the images of the fragments show serial numbers and other details. Again, I don't know about that. That seems a little convenient. All right. Here we go. However, it is unclear where the fragments were recovered from. Almost like I didn't read ahead, guys. I did not read ahead. That's wow. Brr, critical thinking. Wow, crazy. All right. So let's now go to this video. All right. And this person does not give their opinion one way or the other. They're actually just posing the question. Okay. Did the U.S. hit the elementary school in Manab, Iran? Here's a picture of a still shot of the rocket. Convenient. Somebody was just filming that right there. Like literally right there. They were like, yeah, let's film it. Let's not run. Let's not duck. Let's film that right there. Again, just convenience. I don't know. Could be anything. 3-minute video. I don't think we're going to watch the whole thing because really I just want to get to a few points, but let's decide. Let's see.
An Iranian semi-official news agency called Mehr News Agency released footage on the 8th of March of 2026 that was widely shared by Western media organizations and the open source intelligence reporting accounts.
Real quick, guys, is there an echo? Is that good? Because I can hear that. Let's see here. I should probably find out if there's an echo. Okay, that sounds good. Sorry, guys, I just have to check because there was some issues yesterday.
All over X, and it went everywhere else after that. Now, in this footage, it reportedly shows a U.S. Tomahawk cruise missile impacting the IRGC facility or naval base in the southern Iranian town of Manab in the Hormozgan province. Now, this is that.
Here we go. Here's the school, guys. That's the school. Does anybody notice anything else in this photo? Well, there's literally an IRGC compound like right next to it, like 50 to 100 feet from it. Okay. They put a elementary school literally right next to an IRGC compound. Why would they do that? Bethany Miller in the chat, love your hat, Misfit. Go to theheartbeatbrand.com, code Misfit25. Thank you. I love it too. It's got the We the People on the bottom, Charlie Hat Freedom on top. I'm going to keep plugging them because I want them to sponsor me. Sorry. I'm completely honest with you guys. I never did this for sponsors in my old, position. It was just a fun hobby. Now I want to make this a job. We're changing it up. All right. But yeah, guys, look, this photo kind of tells it. This tells you what I was saying yesterday. Okay? Yesterday, I was saying, even if it was the US, which I still don't think it was, but even if it was, kind of understand why. It's like, did we just hit the IRGC compound or the frickin' school next to it because they're in the same parking lot? Like, it still would be awful and you shouldn't do it. Just saying, it would be an understandable mistake.
Specific strike where people were saying that the United States reportedly hit an elementary school, resulting in the deaths of what the Iranians have said of up to 175 people, including the vast majority being young girls aged roughly 7 to 12 years old and female teachers and staff at the school. Now, a bunch of Western media outlets, including the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, and a bunch of others have reported on this, but also there's a lot of open source intelligence outlets like Bellingcat, based in the United Kingdom, that did a deep dive on this as well. And specifically, the guy that I saw that posted this, his name is Trevor Ball. Now, Trevor Ball is a conflict researcher at Bellingcat, and he's former U.S. Army EOD. In the post, they basically put up a screenshot from...
So, here's a video of the airstrike. Here's a reference image of a U.S. Tomahawk missile, okay? So, I want there's scale, there's angle, there's a lot of things to consider here, okay? But I want you to just burn this image into your memory before we go to our next slide, right? We're going to have to spend about 8 more minutes on this because I want the last 10 minutes to be about the, TDS Tuesday. But real quick, you got that? Good. Okay.
Mirror news agency of the screen grab from the airstrike, and then also a reference of a U.S. Tomahawk missile taken during the conflict so far, so that you can see the comparison of the two. In addition to that, they put out imagery showing only 2 structures within the red cone that were damaged, including a clinic, and the other structure appears to be earth-covered magazine or bunker.
Okay, so here's the. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go to this clinic. Right? Right here, this building's rubble. This is the clinic. This is the school. And they're still really close to each other. So I don't know what this frame of reference is, but it seems like the red cone superimposed over this image shows the estimated area of impact of the missile visible in the footage. The graphic also shows the position of the clinic, the school, and other damaged buildings. Okay, so I'm not really seeing how this is relevant, but I think this could be this is probably a before picture, and I think this is also a before picture. And yeah, because I don't know. This might be an after picture, but I think this is a before picture. And I think that they're just superimposing this over old photos, which is why some of the buildings look like they're still standing. So just to clarify that, okay? I just didn't want you guys to get confused because I was confused yesterday when I looked at it. So pretty much, right, we have everything we need from this video. Now, here's a video that was posted on Iran's state-run media showing off one of the IRGC's newer cruise missiles, the Pave, on 2/24/2023. Okay? Hold on, let's go back. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. This video, not that far back, showed something. Let's see. Oh, the screen is too big. Hold on. No, almost there. Where's the missile? Oh, I think there it is. No, son of a biscuit. Show me the missile. You guys are. This is why I told you to burn it into your memory, because I freaking knew this was going to happen. There we go. Sorry. Okay. So you understand what I'm trying to say is you understand that missiles look similar. That was my point. Okay. That's a missile. That's a missile. That's a missile. That's a missile. If you're not a missile expert, you might just say that's a tomahawk, or somebody might say that's a tomahawk. Now, Matt Tardillo, who blocked me, but that's for personal reasons. Well, that story for a different time. I still like Matt, but he got very triggered by something I did. Matt is giving an analysis where he says AI confirms the wings of the munition in question sit about 40 to 45% down the body. On a Tomahawk, they sit 49 to 50%. That's not, conclusive, but here he is, posting the photos of the quote Tomahawk missile. We have the IRGC's missile, which looks a lot like a Tomahawk missile. And here we have pictures of the IRGC's missiles, which look a lot like a Tomahawk missile. Does anyone see where I'm going with this? Right? The only evidence, the only evidence that we have that a Tomahawk missile is the missile that hit the school is people saying it's a Tomahawk missile. That's it, right? I'm trying to find this post I made. Sorry, guys, give me a sec. It's so close. Oh yeah, here we go. This is me. Maybe it's actually, so this is the video that I just showed you from the Iran state-run media showing off their cruise missile, the Pave. And there's me going, maybe it's actually a Tomahawk, because apparently if you call it a Tomahawk and tell everyone who has no idea or knowledge about missiles, it's definitely a Tomahawk. They'll believe it's a Tomahawk, even if it's not a Tomahawk. That's the evidence. The evidence that we have that it's a Tomahawk is people saying it's a Tomahawk. That's all the evidence. They haven't done the investigation. Oh, I'm sorry. We have evidence from the actual terrorists saying it's a Tomahawk as well. And they apparently uploaded some shrapnel of a Tomahawk with some serial numbers on it that they could have gotten from a completely different location. All right. So, is it possible that the United States blew up that school? Yes, it actually is possible. And I have shown you why. Because right here, you have the school right next to the terrorists. Is the video of a missile hitting a school proof that we did that? No. No, they're going to have to do an investigation. And if the investigation comes out with, guys, it was actually us, we accidentally hit the school, I will say, that sucks. But I get it, because I do. Rage farming and propaganda is not the way we cover stories. Speaking of, we're going to do one final quick one, because I warned you about this guy yesterday, and this is bad. This is something you need to know, because if you are hitching your wagon to people like this, it could backfire, which is why I warn you, despite some people coming at me going like, you're the problem, all right? 2 minutes, 50 seconds. We're going to have to cut Slapinski a little short, but this is worth it.
Jake Lang. So Jake Lang here ran in Senate for Florida, which he lost. And now he does these social media things where he does crusades as a Christian and basically does anti-Muslim stuff, anti-Islam stuff. So like, for example, he posts, things like this, where he says, we have no fear of pedophiles worshiping Muslims in Christ Jesus. But what Jake doesn't tell you is he was chatting up with my 15-year-old decoy. So they were talking about the march and how he wanted her to be at the march in Texas. And
guys, December 27th. Okay? December 27th, not long ago. Okay? Now, because I want to keep this short, let's just skip. Okay? How old are you? Jake, I just turned 30. Why are you up so late, young lady? How old are you, baby? Unless you're under 18, I don't care. I'm 15. Gets worse. When do you turn 16? Holy shit. If these text messages are real, and I'm saying that because it's possible, not likely, that these are not real, but I don't think so. I think that these are real. Then, yeah. Fucking, what?
I don't know why you got to do it in front of the kid with the effing.
What? We're doing this? I'm the bad guy? We're gonna play this? Fuck. I think I What? No. We're not doing that. I'm right. You're wrong. Stop. Stop. No. Shh. No more. No more. When I tell you something, how about you just fucking listen to me? For fuck's sake. Got it? Good. We're done here. Next. Sugar. I really am running out of time. This is going to be the shortest TDS Tuesday story because I have to cover this too. I have to. We have 8 minutes. We're going to blast through it. Kai. Okay. Kai Schwemmer is coming under fire because he's allegedly a groiper. Okay. Why is that important? Well, because Kai Schwemmer is set to speak at Turning Point. People have come at him. I went and I said, hey, man, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Before today, I didn't know about this quote. You sound like a cock when you speak German. Don't butcher the German language when you read it or whatever. Please and thank you. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to the white race. Okay, that's troubling. Him smiling with Nick Fuentes, also troubling. Okay. Kai came at me and he made this long, reply and then very quickly deleted it. Right? I'm happy to chat. Appreciate your good faith. I reject the paradigm of the photograph. Disavows. Same strategy that left uses with Trump and Epstein and blah, blah, blah. And I think he deleted it because somebody in a groiper, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. A groiper commented and they're like, you're comparing Nick Fuentes to Epstein? And he immediately deleted it. There's also this, him saying James Fishback has trustworthy physiognomy. Byron Donalds, on the other hand, is deceitful and suspicious. I wonder why he said that. So I messaged Kai and I said, would you like to come on my show, this show, and debate it? And he said he'll get back to me. So we'll find out. But I told him I would be respectful. I would not put him into gotcha moments. I would just ask him. And I told him I think that you should. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. 6 minutes for TDS Tuesday. We got to rapid fire this one. But if you guys saw the thumbnail, right? We got to Slapinski some sense into this guy. Okay. Mark Slapinski, I had him on my show. He was very reasonable. This wasn't that long ago, and it seems as though he has caught the tids. He's a good sport about it, right? It's like somebody slap some. I should have wrote slap some Slapinski into this Canadian. Anyway, look, guys. This is the stuff I'm talking about. Once you catch TDS, it's very hard to get rid of it. Donald Trump literally admitted to Howard Stern he's a pedophile. No, he didn't. It gets worse, right? This whole timeline is TDS, most of it anyway. Let's see here. Okay. Oh my God, the testimony of a teenage Trump victim has been verified. No, it hasn't. CNN just discovered the Epstein tapes. It's over from Trump. No, it's not. He's so lucky that we ran out of time. He's so lucky we ran out of time. Real Donald Trump is going to learn not to mess with Canada. No, he isn't. Look at this. He reposted. Look at this. How many times he's reposted the same thing. This doesn't sound like someone who cares about freeing the people of Iran. Trump must be impeached. You're Canadian. Bombshell. There's new reports of Trump being caught raping minors on video. Undeniable proof. No, there isn't. They're so crazy. Like, I'm going to call it now. There's a video of Trump. No, there is. Look, this is 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 all over again. When are you people going to learn if the thing that you are saying now existed, it would have come out? It's crazy. And look, I did not preview. I'm discovering all of this with you right now because we're running out of time. Right? I'm getting lots of messages from anti-Trump Iranians that want the pro-Trump Iranians deported from Canada. A crazy liberal Canadian is now pro-deportation as long as they're Iranians who want to keep their freedom. What? Dear pro-Trump Canadian Iranians in Canada, get the fuck out of my country, signed normal Canadians. Holy shit. What? So he's now pro-deportation. Wow. Trump said Iran's nuclear program was destroyed in the summer. Now he says Iran has a nuclear weapon capable of hitting America. He takes his followers for fools because they are fools. What? He never said that. He said that they were trying to build a nuclear weapon that could hit Canada. I'm still confused. Why is America bombing Iran? We're not bombing Iran. We're bombing the IRGC in Iran. Guys, the mask is off. Donald Trump admits he started the war with Iran on behalf of Israel. Literally said the opposite. I might lose followers for this, but it needs to be said. Trump is a convicted felon, a pedophile, and a war criminal. He must be impeached. What? I keep getting this until I get an answer. How is bombing Iran putting America first? Let's end it there. Ask Japan. You're welcome. It's like, ask Japan. You know who's one of our greatest allies right now? Japan. All it took was 2 bombs. Yeah. So, you're welcome. All right, boys and girls. Sean's coming up next with Ungoverned. We love Sean. Tomorrow night, I forgot to tell you this yesterday, and I don't want to forget to tell you tomorrow, so I'm going to tell you right now. Tomorrow night on my channel, TMP Uncensored on Rumble, at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time, PM, Sean and I do a show called The Weekly Breakdown. We have the daily breakdown, and then we have the weekly breakdown. So that's Wednesday nights. If I forget to remind you tomorrow, make sure you tune in for that as well. Let's do quick shout-outs before we hand it off to Sean. Let's see here. We got Sagan McGroin, Great Guy Gary, Angel Joy, Rosie's Not Sorry. Don't be sorry, Rosie. Fun Mom. October Chica. All right, it looks like it's 9 o'clock. We'll see you we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
A partially valid, a half-truth, if you will, is being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
You're
Go
not
join.
What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
That just we are the only society on earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human beings who are responsible for every bad.
How many Muslims are trying to stop Boko Haram? How many Muslims were confronting ISIS? How many Muslims, the extremists always win. So the peaceful majority, of which I know many,